What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne coming at you with another crazy video. But first, my goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. You already know. Reclaim your throne.
Are you kidding me?
Stormy? You look like mommy, baby.
I literally told you chittering eating bitches. The girls that get it, and the girls that don't. Obviously you don't get it because you're not that girl.
How much does the earth cost? I'm gonna buy the entire earth and be king.
What's going on? What's happening? Britney, y'all.
Stood me up.
Goodbye.
Goodbye to you.
Good night, bitch. You a hoe.
So guys, I want to get into this because I saw this woman on TikTok and she was basically complaining about the strip club culture and whatnot. And as you can see in the clips in the beginning, she was actually bragging at the same time about, oh, being a stripper, you don't get it if you're a woman. She had one TikTok where she said a lot of women come to her and say, oh, I would never be a stripper. And she's like, oh, well, you don't get it, and had like a wad of cash and all this stuff, embellishing the strip club culture. Okay, she was promoting the strip club culture. And then another clip, she actually divulged that she was sexually assaulted by her brother when she was young, and then talking about some God stood her up and any other stuff. But my thing is, obviously that's not right and that's not a good thing. But if you are a woman and you were sexually assaulted, why would you in turn go into the sex industry? Why would you go and become a sex worker? And I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, hurt people. Well, why wouldn't she go and try and involve herself in a profession to help women get over that traumatic experience? Okay, all she's really doing is going into a profession that increases the likelihood of being sexually assaulted. Okay, so it's pretty much a contradiction, and a lot of these women do this because they feel like, oh, well, sex is all I know. Okay, and that's the only thing that I'm good at, is showing off my body and trying to look cute. But what really got me is when she started talking about the girls in the club doing extra stuff for money in the VIP sections. And she basically breaks it down in this video that I'm going to show you guys. And we're going to go through it and break it down proper. So let's get into it.
So I just woke up. I was going to do a more proper video to this, but I was reading some of the comments and I just want to say I'm in no way shaming sex workers. I don't care what...
So she starts off saying she's in no way shaming sex workers and she doesn't care what women do with her body. Honey, you are a sex worker, okay? You are a sex worker. So it's like she's trying to say, oh, well, I don't shame sex workers because I am a sex worker and I don't want other people to shame me for stripping.
What women do with their bodies. I don't judge women. It was more of the fact for me not knowing that this is going on in the clubs.
And listen to what she said. She doesn't judge women. Well, does that mean that you judge men? It's so funny to me because a lot of women will be out here talking about, oh, well, I don't judge other women and what they do and this, that, and third. But judging people is a good thing. I always tell you guys, hey, if you are dealing with a new woman, you need to judge her. You need to evaluate what type of woman she is and if she's good for you or not, okay? Judging people is the way that you understand who they are. And you can pretty much get down to the nitty gritty when you start calling those things out. Like, you know, if you went on a date with this girl and you asked her what she did and she said she was a stripper, yeah, you should probably judge her because you need to understand that, hey, she's going to be out late at night. She's not going to be the best girlfriend. She's going to be getting hit on by other dudes and probably getting her cheeks clapped by other dudes just because of the nature of the business that she's in. She literally walks around at work buck naked.
This is what the VIP rooms are designated for, and that can put a lot of women in potentially dangerous situations. And I mean, I know the managers know about it, and they're not going to just come out and say, hey, this is what we do here, but it was...
So she said she's trying to call out management as if the women in the club don't have their own autonomy to choose if they want to be involved in this type of business or not. Okay, every stripper in the strip club chose to be in the strip club. Okay, every stripper in the strip club is choosing to be in the strip club because they do their cost and benefit analysis, and they say, hey, the benefits of working in the strip club are a lot better than not working in the strip club, because they want that fast money. They want to be able to get that easy money, all right? And it's addicting to them. So they can't really turn away from the strip club life because now they're addicted to that fast money, and they can't see themselves sitting at a cubicle, you know, working for $15 an hour, which I'm not hating on that, but you also got to understand the industry that you're in as a sex worker, which you are if you're a stripper. And if you read the top comment on this TikTok, this woman says, a lot of strip clubs traffic women. Most of them do. It's not that the strip clubs are trafficking women. The strip clubs are giving these women the option or the ability to maximize their profits. That's what it is. The strip clubs are not forcing these women to suck dick in the VIP room. The strip clubs are not forcing these women to throw that ass back in the VIP room. No, these women choose that because a guy says, hey, I'll give you $500 to suck my dick and $1,000 to fuck. And they're ready to do it, okay? It's not about, oh, well, the strip clubs have this, this trafficking thing going on. They might be enabling it, but they're not forcing you. And you're going to see how they're not forcing these women later on in her little spiel.
It's just like, I don't know. I don't believe women should just go and be thrown out in those type of situations. But basically, I've worked in Miami before. The 3 clubs that I work at there, they don't have anything extra going on.
And that's BS. Every strip club has something extra going on. Whether it's happening in the clubs or whether they organize it to, do it after the women's shift, okay? Every strip club has, and if she actually talked to her coworkers, she would realize that some of these chicks are selling pussy on the back end, all right? But she doesn't want to admit that because she doesn't want to. She wants to maintain her victim status in this situation.
So I was just auditioning at other clubs that I haven't tried, and this particular one I just decided to work at because I felt it was the busiest. And a customer comes up and asks me for a dance. We go to the back. It's basically cubicles and a long mirror that stretches through the lap dance room, so you can kind of see what's going on in the other cubicles. So I'm doing a dance for this guy, and the person in the cubicle in front of me, I just hear like moaning, and I can tell that something's going on in there. So I'm like, okay, let me mind my business because what is going on right now? And then my customer says, when we're about to start our second song, he's like, when are you going to touch me? And I said, huh? He's like, when are you going to touch me? And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't do anything extra, but you can cut the dance short if you want. And he was like,
so there you go. She's exercising her own autonomy. None of the bouncers came in there and told her, hey, no, you have to do this. None of the managers came in there and said, hey, no, you have to do this. But, the man asked her for some extra fun time. She says no, and there it is. So much for these clubs forcing these women and trafficking these women, okay? Automatically debunked by her own words.
Like, yeah, let's do that. So then I go back out to the floor, and I have like a few people come up to me and ask me, do I do rooms? And I'm like, yeah, I do rooms. Because where I come from in the clubs that I've worked at, mind you, I've worked in multiple different cities. Our VIP rooms are really strict. There's security, there's cameras. You can't even dance on a customer a certain way. So I know some clubs might not do everything the same, but I'm at least expecting it to be safe and strictly dancing.
And my thing is, how is it not safe? How is it not safe if you have the ability to say no to a guy who asks you for some extra stuff? What part of that makes it dangerous?
So I'm like, yeah, I do rooms. And they're like, okay, well, I'll come back tomorrow. Then I have this other customer come up to me and he's like, so do you do rooms? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, are you sure? And I was like, why are you asking me like that? And he's like, because you can basically pay a girl and go upstairs and do whatever you want. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you for telling me, because clearly I don't need to be working here. And he was like, no, you can work here, just don't do rooms. So when it was my turn to go on stage, the manager's like, what's wrong? Why do you look like that? And I was like, I just don't want to work here. I don't think it's a fit for me. And I know what goes on upstairs, and I just don't do that. And he was like, well, that's okay. You don't have to get on stage. You can just take your stuff and leave.
So you see, there, plain and clear. Nobody forced her to do anything. They told her she can go leave because she's not down for the cause. She's not down to do the extra stuff. And it is what it is. You know, you live to fight another day. But her trying to say that the club owners are forcing women to do this is absolutely false. It's wrong. You know, it's like, if you're in the strip club, you're a sex worker, bartender, I don't give a fuck what you're doing. You a bartender, you stripping, you're a sex worker, all right? So if these guys are asking for extra fun time and you're saying no, and nobody is forcing you to do that, and she ended up losing the job at the strip club, then it's not people forcing you. They say, hey, you know, if you're not down with the culture, it is what it is. You don't fit into the mold, so boom, we gonna let you go. And I guarantee when times get tough, her ass is gonna be back up at that damn strip club doing some fun time, doing the extra time, because she needs the extra bread. So it just cements my point that men are not actively out here objectifying women. It's women objectifying themselves, putting themselves in position to be objectified. And therefore, that is why they're getting the same results that they do, because more and more nowadays, like I said, modern Generation Z women have the digital footprint of an adult film star, okay? More of these women are getting into sex work. I would say at least, you know, 30% of the high school graduates are straight going to OnlyFans or the strip club or some form of sex work, whether it's Instagram modeling or, you know, whatever it is, all right? So more and more women are getting into this industry, and they want to play the victim role. They want to play up that they're the victims, and they want to play up that, oh, people are forcing them to do this, and that's not absolutely true, okay? She had a choice. She didn't have to be a stripper, but if you go through her TikTok, you can see that she is embellishing and glorifying the stripper lifestyle, and we all know what comes with that, okay? I wouldn't be surprised if you see her behind on the street in the next few years. So anyways, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Reclaim Your Throne. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Send your relationship questions to the email down below, and you already know, Reclaim Your Throne.
Reclaim your throne.